Hi, thanks for watching. I just wanted to jump on here and send over this quick video so we can show you how we create a custom personalized marketing plan for each individual company that we work with, um, both for the on-page and off-page SEO, and then as well as fixing any kind of errors that you might have existing. So to show you exactly how we go about doing this, what I've done is just a quick search here for RV rental in California, and I take the top listing sites as well as your own website, and I put them all into this tool that I use. And it shows me all the information that Google finds when it crawls your site that it uses to determine your position in search results, and then rates its strength and trust on a scale of 1 to 100. So we can see just by some of the competition briefly why these companies are being ranked on the first page above yours. But let me go through a little bit further detail on what these numbers mean and then how we can help improve yours. So when Google is determining how to rank a website, it uses two factors. The first is what's called the authority or trust that it has in your site. Now this basically boils down to a popularity contest because this authority is gained when other websites or domains refer back to yours and then they create a link. And that acts as an endorsement that Google uses to build trust because others are vouching for you. So to give you a quick example, let's say one of the local news stations did an article for the top 10 best RV rental companies in California. And in that article, the reader could click on a link and it'll bring them to your website. That would be considered one backlink from one referring domain. Now, these backlinks can come from many different forms: blogs, editorials, guest posts. However, one strong and very important type is what's called a citation. A citation is any time that your name, address, and phone number are listed in an online directory. Those include Yelp, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, Better Business Bureau. These are usually always free. It just takes some time to find them, register your business, and then input the information exactly that's shown in Google. So looking back at some of these top sites, you can see based on the number of sites and links that they have going back to them, why Google has placed more authority and trust into their websites and therefore ranking them higher. Something to also note here is that a lot of these companies that are national, the trust rating that you see here is kind of inflated because this is showing their entire domain. What we're needing to compete with is literally just their individual page. So their page just for California is the pages that we have to compete with. So you can't really take a lot of this in consideration. What we're basically looking at is how much authority they have built onto this each individual page. Then the second fact, or something to also note here, sorry, is that it is not just a matter of the quantity of these links and quantity of those domains. It also has a lot to do with the quality. So certain websites are more spammy than others, and we need to find ones that are highly authoritative, but also relative to your industry. So a lot of times there'll be generic blog posts or things from outside the country that, though they will add numbers here to get up to these 2,400 links, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to add any authority. So it needs to be something that's relative to your service industry and then highly trustworthy, so that way it transfers that trust and authority through the link to your site. Now, the second factor for ranking is your content on the page. So you're being found for about 1,700 keywords and a total of about 71 pages. So as you can see, these websites are being found for more keywords, and this one is being found for a lot less. So this is a good example of how this is also the same thing. It's not a matter of quantity, especially since the latest update from Google. It is really placing a lot of heavy importance on quality. So if we take a look at some keywords, I've just done a quick search here for RV rental in California, and you can see all the keywords and phrases that are being typed into Google search, as well as the volume, the number of times per month. So this is where we do some research both in the local areas and also on some of your competitors' pages, just to find out what the highest volume keywords are relative to services that you offer and then areas that you offer them in, and make sure that those are being included and picked up on your page by Google. So for instance, RV Rental California is being searched 900 times a month. If your website was in the top 3 on Google, those 900 people will be seeing your site every time that they search. Now we're very conservative, and Google Analytics estimates about 10% of total search volume will turn into a lead. So that's about 90 leads per month, whether they're calling you or form submitting through the website. Now, depending on what the percentage is of leads that turn into actual customers, and then obviously the per customer profit margin varies depending on what kind of service and length that they're looking for a rental. But you can just see how the sheer volume of leads coming in every month can definitely add up to some revenue at the end of the year. And that's just for one keyword phrase. So then we repeat that same process for all the highest volume keywords relative to the locations that you're interested in servicing, and making sure that those are being included so that way you're getting all those leads and search volume directly to your website. Now, there is a formula that Google uses to find these keywords on your site. So if we take a look at it here, I think the layout is great. We've got all the information. It's a beautiful picture. Everybody can easily navigate the page. Um, we want to make sure that it's definitely mobile optimized, so any kind of one click to call or emailing would be great. If you do have a form submit to get some more information, we usually recommend that being also kind of at the top of the screen. So in a mobile format, that's one of the first things they can do is just input some information if they're looking to get some more. But the biggest thing about content on the page is besides the quantity, it's the quality. So the first thing Google's going to do is being a computer, since it doesn't care about the layout, it's just going to come in and count all the words and text on the page. Now, it's generally looking for a minimum of about 1,500 words on a home page because it assumes that the more information you have, the more of an expert you are, and then the more likely it is to recommend you. Now, while it's counting all those words, it's also searching for those keywords. So any kind of services that you offer and then areas you want to offer them in. However, this is where the number of words on the page really comes into play because you're only allowed to have one of those keywords for every 150 words of text on the page. So the more services or more locations or more keywords in general that you want to be found for means that the more information and content that you have to add to the page. And then furthermore, based on the latest update, because of its heavy importance on the quality of the content, in order to be found and ranked for a keyword, the 150 words of supporting content has to be relative and describing that particular keyword. So say if you want to get found for an RV rental in Irvine, you need to have 150 words of contextual content that is specifically describing that exact keyword phrase. So any kind of service or any kind of location, the content has to be very relative to the keyword itself. Otherwise, Google will not find it as relevant to the search results and then therefore won't rank you for it. Now, how this looks in the search results is the first thing that's always going to come up are the ads. A lot of people will run pay-per-click ads here. However, it does get kind of costly depending on the kind of volume. So underneath that will always show up what we call the Google Map Pack. This is a great area to try to get into because people that are searching in your relative area or the near me searches, a lot of traffic comes to these top 3 sites since they're also listed at the top of the page. Now, to be listed in these top 3, you just need to optimize your Google business profile. To do so, you want to fill out as much information in here as possible. So all your services, your location, hours of operation. Then your business description. You're allowed 750 characters. You want to fill that out with as much information as possible and throw some keywords in there as well. But then you really want to add photos that are geolocated and tagged from within your service area, as well as posting onto your profile on a regular basis because Google really rewards activity in this area. Then you want to collect as many reviews and as many of those citations as you can. Your name, address, and phone number. You want to appear in more directories than anybody else on this list. Now, obviously, this map section was only going to be relative to the proximity of the people that are searching, so you might not be able to rank for the entire state of California unless you have different Google business profiles with different addresses throughout the state. Now, underneath that, this is what we call the organic search results. So this is where the more authority or trust that Google has in your site, the higher up on the list you're going to rank. So this is where getting more of those links or referrals from other websites is going to help you climb and outrank the competition. And then once you are here, you'll be getting all that search volume and all those leads coming directly to your business, regardless of the number of clicks. So I hope this information was helpful and it shows you how we can help scale some of your online presence to turn your website into something that can generate a lot of leads for your business. But please feel free to reach out if you have any questions or if you'd like to go into any further details. We could talk about some of your specific goals for the business, whether it's certain services or certain locations, and then do some research to find out what it would take for you to reach those. I appreciate your time and look forward to speaking with you.